destiny. And this is the time that we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full spirit, but with very substantial. At the stroke of the midnight dawn, India will rise to life and freedom. These are in my words, but these are the words of our first Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on the eve of the 14th August 1947. As I stand here today before you, I'm filled with immense pleasure and happiness to witness 15th August 2022 that marks the 76th independence of India. This is also the day that we have to exercise an introspection. We have to ask ourselves whether we experience the freedom in its whole sense. We should ask ourselves whether we have the freedom to practice our religion without being ridiculed and mob lynched. We have to ask ourselves whether we have the freedom to dress according to our whims and fancies and without being criticized by the community. We should ask ourselves whether we have the freedom to actually stand up for ourselves rather than being oppressed and being submissive for the whole part of our life. Fellow Indians, the Constitution of India, which was drafted in the year 1948, has bestowed upon its citizens certain basic rights, like the rights to freedom, the right to expression, the right to freedom of will, and the right to education, the right to religion, and etc. The only thing is that we have to become responsible citizens who knows their rights. Years back, in 1901, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he recollected one of his dreadful childhood memory that in order to quench his thirst, he couldn't open the tap which was placed in his school because he was one among the untouchable community, the Dalit community. Years later, in this century, in this 21st century, in the year 2022, in this month of August, a young lad, about 9 years old, in one of our states in India, his teacher beat him brutally to death. And do you know what crime this young lad committed? The crime that he committed was that he touched the drinking pot in his school. 121 years has passed. My dear friends, where is the change? Where is the change? The Westerners, they quarrel between themselves in the terms of racism or color. What's the difference? Here we in India, we quarrel upon religion and casteism. Friends, isn't it high time that we shall put the religion aside and rather than being known as a Hindu, a Christian, a Muslim or a Buddhist, why don't we call ourselves as an Indian? Yes, I'm an Indian. This soil belongs to me. My fathers and forefathers have lived here and I will live here till my last breath. Yes, India must face its challenges, which have persisted and have persisted for the past 76 years. That's true. But on the other side, we have achieved great laurels. Right from the agricultural industry to the space technology, we have achieved great achievements. But that's not it. We have a long way ahead. What we have achieved is political freedom. But what we need is economical growth and prosperity. Having said that, I would like to congratulate and express my deepest gratitude to our chairman, our dean of the college, our principal, the teaching staffs and non-teaching staffs, the community from the nursing college, for having gathered over here to witness our flag hosting ceremony. But before leaving, let's take a pledge that we'll become responsible citizens who knows their rights. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.